Although a relatively simple product to install, there are 4 key installation principles contractors need to adhere to ensure they have a successful installation of this material. But before we get on to that, we need to discuss the PPE requirements. As well as your standard hard hat and high-vis jackets and safety boots, we would recommend gloves, glasses and dust masks in case of any dust generation. Please get in contact with your local Concrete Canvas technical representative or sales partner for further information. In order to deploy the vast majority of the material, you will need a spreader bar and suitable machinery capable of suspending the material for its deployment. The machinery needs to be able to support both the spreader beam and the material and have sufficient reach in order to deploy the material successfully and safely. Deployment should always begin downstream, working your way up so it's overlapped in the direction of flow of a minimum 100 millimeters, shingled like roof tiles. It's recommended to use a swivel shackle attachment to the spreader bar and excavator to handle and position the roll correctly and more easily before cutting. CC is really easy to install and you can cut the material to length using basic hand tools. For larger projects, you may want to consider using a disc cutter. However, we would always recommend the use of a mask because there may be dust generation. The first key installation principle is to avoid voids. The surface in which the material is to be installed should be smooth, flat and geotechnically stable. All rocks, vegetation and sticks, or in the case of remediation, old rebar or broken concrete should be removed. It is important that the subgrade does not damage the underlying geomembrane. In some applications, you may want to consider an underlying geotextile. The second key principle is to secure the material by both anchoring to the subgrade and jointing multiple layers. There are a number of different methods that can be used to join the panels together. A screwed-only joint is the most commonly used jointing method when the channel is conveying surface runoff or rainwater. Because the screws are used, this cannot be considered a low permeability joint. It is strongly recommended that you use an auto-fed screw gun with collated screws, which can also be supplied by Concrete Canvas. If lower permeability is required, a sealant can be applied in addition to the screws. It is also possible to thermally bond and screw when using our products. For remediation, you should use concrete fixings with the appropriate pull-out and shear strength to suit the underlying substrate. Just about any type of anchoring can be used as long as they are stainless steel with a minimum head or washer diameter of 15 millimeters. As well as jointing, you want to make sure the material is anchored to the ground. Typically, we would recommend 250mm galvanised pegs, which are used in the anchor trench through the overlap of the concrete canvas material. The third key installation principle is to prevent ingress from either wind or water from getting underneath the material. This could cause undermining of the subgrade and could result in systemic failure. You must cut the anchor trenches along the crest of the channel, and these would generally be 150mm deep, 150mm wide and 150mm away from the shoulders of the channel. These can be dug either manually or with the use of an excavator or mini digger. The final key principle is to hydrate the GCCM to achieve its maximum strength. You must actively hydrate the concrete canvas. You cannot rely on rain or snowmelt to fully hydrate the material. As a general rule of thumb, it's about half its weight of the material in water to assure full hydration. The best practice is to hydrate the material in one pass and then start back at the beginning and hydrate again, with a focus on the sloped areas or where the material is lighter, indicating more water is needed. You should be able to press your hand on the surface and see water at the surface. If you cannot or you're unsure, it needs more water. You cannot overhydrate the material, and we always recommend an excess of water. The water does not have to be potable. High pressure water jets should not be used, as this could dislodge the cementitious material. Once fully hydrated, the anchor trenches should be backfilled. Please refer to our detailed hydration user guide for further information. A typical crew size for smaller projects would include an equipment operator, along with 2 or 3 skilled labourers to assist with placing, securing and jointing the panels together. For larger scale thermally bonded projects, 6 to 8 people may be needed, with the configuration that you would have an equipment operator and 3 or 4 people to deploy the material, along with the remaining crew members assigned to joining the panels together. Production rates are higher for larger uniform profiles. A typical installation rate can be as high as 2,000 square metres a day for larger projects. Remember, always use GCCM products that fully comply to ASTM D8364, the only specification standard for GCCMs. Thank you for watching this Concrete Canvas Toolbox Talk video. For further information or for specification guidance, case studies, or even an online contractor training portal where you can receive an online certificate, please visit our website www.concretecanvas.com. Feel free to get in contact with your local Concrete Canvas representative by visiting the contact page on our website. Thanks ever so much.